name is Tish. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to talk about a burn injury that I sustained almost 4 months ago. It happened back in July. This is the end of October, so yeah, almost 4 months ago. In reality, I'm still healing from it. It's probably going to take at least a year. I'll be lucky if it only takes a year. I'm thinking it's going to take years to try to heal from it. But yeah, I just wanted to put this video together just to talk about what happened to me and different things that I wish I would have known back then, so that I probably wouldn't be in the situation that I'm in right now, or that I wouldn't have gone through different things that I did go through to like cause me extra stress and pain and money out my pocket. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Back on July 3rd, I remember the date because it was before the 4th of July, of course, so that's why I know the date. But anyway, yeah. So in July, I told myself, I said, Tish, you want to get cute for the 4th, don't you? I mean, of course, I knew I wasn't going to be doing anything because, you know, the pandemic has been going on and stuff, but I still wanted to look a little cute and stuff. I didn't want to worry about my hair. So I was like, okay, you know, I might as well do a protective style. And so I decided that I want to install some box braids in my hair, and I've done it probably twice before, so I felt pretty comfortable at the time that I knew what I was doing. So yeah, I braided up my hair and everything, and if you're familiar with using synthetic hair, connect along hair to do box braids and stuff, once you finished your braid, in order to keep the braid from unraveling, you either have to burn the ends or dip the ends in boiling hot water. And so I didn't want to burn the ends because I figured I would burn my fingertips. I don't like using lighters because I always burn myself. But yeah, so I felt like the safest bet would be for me to use boiling hot water. Yeah. So yeah, after I had spent about 6 or 7 hours braiding up my hair, I went in the kitchen and I put some water on the stove in a kettle, and I got it boiling hot and everything. So I set out my supplies, my towel, and my cup that I was going to dip my hair in. So yeah, I poured the boiling hot water in the cup, sat the cup on the table, and I sat down in the chair right up to the table, and I was dipping like the front of my hair in the water, and you have to hold it in the water for like a little while for it to seal, and then you take it out the hot water and you dry it with a towel. So yeah, I was dipping my the front of my hair in the boiling hot water, and so in the meantime I was just trying to do too much at one time. It was just too much going on. I had found a braid that was starting to unravel, so I wanted to rebraid it to the end so that I would be ready to dip it in the water. So I reached behind me to grab the braid, and I'm braiding, and I'm not paying attention like I should be dealing with boiling hot water. I ended up knocking over the cup, and the cup fell directly in my lap, and water splashed all over me. So when it happened, I just screamed. I said, ah! Like it was the loudest, it was the loudest scream that's ever came out of my body ever. And I immediately ran for the stairs. I don't know why I ran for the stairs, but yeah, I ran for the stairs. I couldn't move. I was just like standing on the stairs. I was screaming for my husband. I was like, help me, help me, help me. So he comes running, and he holding the baby. He's like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, I burned myself. So he's like, oh my God, let me go get some ice cubes for you. And like in my head, I'm like, oh no, I know you're not supposed to get ice cubes. No. That's one thing. If you ever get burnt, don't grab no ice cubes. You know, that'll make it worse. Whatever, putting that on your burned skin. So he said, I gotta put some aloe vera on it. So yeah, I was like, at first I just asked him to give me some cool water and put it on me or whatever, and then I just ran upstairs to my room. I got on the bed to see what had happened, and I pulled up my clothes, and I noticed that I had burned the bottom half of my stomach, and I had also burned my right thigh and my lower right calf. It was all red, just red. Looked like skin was just gone and stuff. So I'm like screaming, crying or whatever. And yeah, so my husband, he went and he got me some Tylenol, so I took the pain pills. So yeah, I ain't really want to be touched, and I ain't want to look, because it looked really bad. So yeah, I was laying up in the bed. He propped me up real good, and we put aloe vera gel all over my stomach, and then on my thigh and my lower calf, and just like hope for the best. And then I asked him to get the fan, and he got the fan and put the fan close to the bed so that the cool air was like hitting me, and that did help me a lot. The fan did anyway. So yeah, I went to sleep that night. I was trying not to get the sheet on me because, you know, I had the aloe vera gel on me and stuff, so I just had the fan blasting cool air on me all night. I woke up the next morning, and I guess in the course of the night, with all the moving around and stuff, the sheet attached to my burns, and so it was a painful process trying to peel the sheet off of my flesh. It was just, ugh. But yeah, it was still red and everything, and I was still in pain. I'm just like, what in the world was going on? So then my husband suggested that we put Neosporin on the burns and wrap it up with some I think we had bandages or something that we were wrapping it up with. So I did that or whatever. But by this time, my thigh area had blistered up. Like I had this nasty big blister on my thigh, and I may include the pictures and stuff. So if you're very squeamish and stuff, you may not want to look at the graphics and stuff. I'm not particularly sure if I'm okay with showing the images right now, but I may show the images. But yeah, it was a big blister about this big, I ain't even lying, on my thigh, and you could see like the fluid inside just jiggling around, jiggle. And I'm like, oh Lord. So yeah, I had tried to bandage it up, thinking to myself like, okay, I hope this blister just eventually go away. I'm gonna just keep putting ointment on it. So yeah, I'm in the house chilling in the living room, and I had my son on my lap, and we watching TV and stuff. My son, at the time, he was probably, I don't know if he was 18 months. He was a little over a year at the time. Yeah, so he's sitting there, and little ones, they move so fast, and a lot of times they do stuff, and you be like, what in the world? I didn't even know you were thinking about doing this. Like, you ain't like you looking in the direction or anything. But anyway, make a long story short, this little boy grabs at my bandage on my thigh and rips it off, and then my blister burst open, and all the liquid and stuff drained out of the blister. So it's like all on the floor, rolling, streaming down my leg. And I'm like, oh my God, like I was in a state of shock. And then looking at everything that's going on down there on my thigh area, I just wanted to pass out. That and I was in pain. So all I could do was just limp to my front door, because at the time my husband was outside about to wash the car or something, I believe. And I just said, help me. And I didn't want to make a scene and like be too loud or nothing, because I didn't want the neighbors to be like, what's going on with her or whatever. I'm trying to keep everything private. But I'm like, look, help me please, come get the baby, help me, because he about to start playing in the little fluids and everything. And I'm just like, I can't look because I'm going to pass out. But yeah, so my husband came inside, and he was just like, oh my God, Tish, this looks really bad, like you need to go and see somebody. And by this time, this is on a Sunday, and my crazy self, I'm still like, nah, I don't want to go nowhere. We could just try to put something on it, some ointment or something, and we'll be okay. Let's go back to the let me send you out to Target and get some more ointment and stuff, like a big tube of Neosporin this time, not a smaller tube, but a bigger tube, so I can put that on there. Crazy! If y'all get burned, go straight to the ER the same day. But yes, my crazy butt, I just ended up going to sleep that night, and then that Monday morning I woke up, things was not getting better. Like my freaking bandage on my leg had like started oozing out. Like it was just completely saturated. I called the the urgent care, and the guy on the phone, he was so nice. He said, no, you don't need an appointment, like just come on down or whatever. So I get there, and yeah, so I signed myself in. I'm sitting in the waiting room, and I'm just so nervous and stuff, and I'm sitting there like for a minute, and I'm looking down at my leg because I had put on leggings because that's all that I had been wearing, you know, and my freaking leg was like saturated. Even though I had a fresh bandage on it, my leg was saturated. But yeah, so I finally get sent to the back, and I'm like limping because I'm in pain. And I just thank God for nurses, especially nice, caring nurses. I had 2 nurses at the urgent care, 2 black nurses, and they were just so sweet. And you know, the nurse, she was asking me what happened, and at first I was kind of ashamed to tell her, like, yeah, I was trying to do my hair, and then I spilled boiling hot water on myself. But you know, since she was a black woman, I figured she could probably relate to what happened, wouldn't too much judge me or anything. So I told her what happened, and she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. And she was just telling me that my hair looked nice though, you know, but yeah, they were going to take care of me and everything. So she really like reassured me, because I was like on the brink of tears. And the doctor comes in, and it's this Caucasian lady or whatever. But yeah, she comes in, and she barely really looks at me. I felt like she wasn't really being thorough. Like, she had me lift up my shirt and looked at my leg, my thigh and everything, and then she was like, yeah, you have a 2nd degree burn on your thigh. The other burns weren't as severe, but the burn on my thigh was actually a 2nd degree burn. I'm thinking to myself, 2nd degree burn, oh my god, like I'd never been burnt that bad, and I didn't think that it was that bad, even though it was so bad I couldn't even look at it. I was like, oh, I can't look. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna prescribe you some antibiotics, and then I'm gonna give you a cream to apply to your burn, and just clean it off and put the cream on there and stuff, and take these pills. So I said, okay, all right, I'll do that. So she gives me the stuff. I go home, and I this is the cream, the ointment that she got me. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not even gonna try. But yeah, that's the cream that she got me. I don't have the pills that she got me. She gave to me. But yeah, so I get home, and I start applying this, whatever, and I take the pills. Next day I wake up, I'm itching everywhere, like, and I had a rash on my face, rash on my stomach, rash on my thigh and everything. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm having an allergic reaction. What the heck, like, what's going on? Oh my god, my throat was feeling itchy, my throat was had a rash on it, everything. So this time I'm like, I ain't going back to the urgent care, because apparently they ain't really, you know, doing what they supposed to be doing, and did not look at what I'm allergic to, because I'm allergic to something specific. So there's certain antibiotics that you can't give me, and so if you read my paperwork, you should know that. So yeah, I called my PCP. Plus I trust her because she's a black woman, and I've been going to her for years. All my doctors that I go to are black. You know, no shade or nothing. I just feel like they pay more attention to what's going on with us health-wise. My PCP, she was like, why did she give you that medication? You know what I'm saying? Like, why she give you that medication? I would have never prescribed you that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what you're allergic to. So she was like, you know what? We're going to get you right. That doctor, she went and she got a book, and she was doing research. Like, okay, let me see what's best for you to use. And I want to double check. Let me hop on the internet. Like, I was like, thank you. She just reassured me so much. And, you know, of course, with her being an older black woman, she's probably like my mother's age. She chastised me a little bit. She said, why it take you so long to go to the doctor? You should have been came, you know, or went to the ER when it happened. I said, I know. But, you know, it was all out of love. And, you know, she was like, you know, I'm going to give you some Silverdane cream. This is the cream that she gave me. She said, this is the best stuff right here. So she gave me this, and then she also gave me a prescription to get some more. I think I had like two or three refills that she gave to me or whatever. And she also wrote me a prescription for some bandages and gauze and stuff like that, cartilage or something she called it. So I went to the pharmacy and tried to get that stuff, and of course she gave me something to help with the allergic reaction that I had. But yeah, so unfortunately my insurance did not cover my bandages and stuff, so I ended up having to pay out of pocket. And after this whole experience of like me going through the burn and me like trying to calculate everything in my head, I know I spent well over $1,000 in bandages, like seriously. And I had to apply the Silverdene cream. I believe it was twice a day, and I was just so traumatized by the look of the burn and everything that I couldn't even touch it. I couldn't even like change my dressing and reapply the ointment and stuff. So my husband, he did that, and I would have to go and get checkups at the doctor so that they can monitor the progress of like how my wounds were healing, and my stomach eventually healed. It's scarred, but it healed, and of course the rash ended up going away. It was a few times they had to give me a few different prescriptions for it to go away because it was a very severe allergic reaction. But yeah, so I would go to the doctor's office, and I had a sweet nurse, and then my PCP, she's actually very in high demand, so I only saw her that one time, but there was another black physician in there that I would go and see for my follow-up appointments, and I think she's African or whatever, and she is so sweet too, oh my gosh. But yeah, so I would go in there, and they would be like, who bandaged you up? I was like, my husband. They're like, oh, he did such a great job. So I just want to say kudos to him or whatever, because he was doing a great job. He got his props from the nurses. But yeah, anyway, so I was talking to the doctor about what to use when you get burned and stuff, and I told her that I had been applying aloe vera gel, and she said, no, sweetheart, don't do that. She said, that's not good. That's a common misconception that a lot of people have. And she was telling me that when you get burned, what you want to do is you want to use some Manuka honey. And I was like, Manuka honey? I never heard of that before. And she was telling me that they sell it in Target. This is what I ended up using. Like, changed my freaking life right here. This is the ointment. It's a sterile ointment, and they also have the cream. And I used the cream, but I'm looking everywhere before I started the video. I can't find the cream, but this is what I'm using right now. Anyway, I'm back to using the ointment. But yeah, that made the freaking redness go away. So now my skin is like a white color when it's dry, and then when it gets wet, it turns like pink. And that's one of the side effects of the Silverdene cream that I did read about, is that it can turn your skin white. And unfortunately, that is something that I'm dealing with right now. And the other sections of my body that were burned, they turned back to my original complexion, but my thigh, which is the biggest area, has not returned back to its normal color. And because of and the skin is a lot thinner than my normal skin, so it's not comfortable for me to wear tight clothing and jeans and stuff like that. So or even leggings. It's not even really comfortable for me to wear leggings. So most of the time I stay in the house, which it's a good excuse because of the pandemic going on. But yeah, most of the time I stay in the house because when I'm home, I can just walk around in boxers or shorts and dresses without people staring at me and asking, "What's the world going on with her?" And I just recently uploaded a video, and when I was watching the playback, I said, "Ooh, I did not realize that the way the camera was angled, y'all could see my thigh." And like I said, I don't usually let people see that. And at first, I wanted to redo the video, but then I said, I don't care. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I got a burn scar on my thigh. It's a part of my leg. It's a part of my body. It is what it is. And I just been talking to other people about it. And, there's things that I can do, going back to when I went to the urgent care and I spoke to the doctor. Like she said, I could have plastic surgery. That's something that I never expected in my life that I would have to go through. But looking at other people's stories and stuff of things that they have gone through as far as healing from their wounds and stuff, kind of giving me a little bit of encouragement, because a lot of times when you go through things in life, you think it's only you, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. You're not the first, you're not the last. You know what I'm saying? So I need to do a little bit more research, but I have heard of people getting laser treatments on their burns, and that helping significantly. And I think that's something that I want to research and figure out if that will be a good result to me, because I don't want to do nothing like get a tattoo over the area, because I feel like, you know, that may make it worse, you know what I'm saying, because the whole healing process with the tattoo, it may not heal correctly because the skin is just different, you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to be researching laser therapy and also making sure that it's covered by my insurance, or at least that my insurance will help cover some of it, if not most of it. But yeah, and then also I was looking at a video by somebody, and I was like, oh my gosh, we like burn twins. Yeah, I was looking at somebody. I'm gonna probably link the video down in the description. But I was like, we got burned in the same area. What the heck? And like her burn is second degree slash third degree burn too. I'm like, what the heck? And just looking at her initial burn, how it looked, that's how mine looked. And then looking at months down the line, how it healed, the different stuff that she like was using or whatever, I was like, dang, you could barely tell. And you know, at first I had just resigned to the fact that I'm just gonna have to live with this. But now looking at her, I'm like, you know what, this may not be the end, there may be hope for me. But anyway, you know, like I could change it, I could fix it or whatever. But yeah, so I ordered, after watching her video, I ordered some it's a gel, I believe. I don't think it's a silicone. I did read somebody talking about they use the silicone gel, but it's some other type of gel that she said really helped her. And I'm gonna try it out, you know, and see how it works for me. Like, still healing from it, because I still have red looks like blisters or something that like pop up out of nowhere, like from time to time. And I'll put this on and then they eventually go away and stuff. But so yeah, I may include a picture of what it looks like now. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it had me down for a little bit, and I had actually given up on trying to fix it, or you know, just trying to do anything about it. But now I realize I can, and I think that I may record my journey once I start going through my healing process, trying to get it back right. Don't quote me on it, because it's a sensitive thing, but you know, it's something to think about. You know, I may record my process of what I go through, especially if I go through my laser treatments, because it could definitely be something that I can look back on in the future. But yes, you guys, so that's my story. And yeah, thank you for watching. And if you guys have any tips or anything that you want to like let me know about healing from second degree burn injuries, please let me know down in the comment section. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video.